From the Studio 13 Studios in Splendora, Texas, Hank's Think Tank is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Quiet on set. Picture is up. All right, roll sound.
Rolling.
Roll cameras.
Cam's rolling.
And 3, 2.
Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome to Hank's Think Tank. Well, the political season is starting to wind up here and things are looking pretty good. I have Larry Sanders in here today, and he is the last candidate on my list that I need to interview for Roman Forest City Council. And Larry's been a resident of Roman Forest for a while. He's got some really good ideas, and we're going to get into what those are. Welcome aboard, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing very well.
Fantastic. So what made you decide to run for Roman Forest City Council?
Well, going to many of the meetings and everything, I just kept seeing everybody there, and I've always wanted to be on the city council or do something for the city, and this gives me an opportunity to do that. I've retired military. I've been around lots of people, lots of structure and everything. I like to keep that structure going. And like myself, I'm a businessman also. I have my own architectural design company. And with that, I'm just wanting to get more involved within the city.
Okay. And what military part were you in?
Well, I spent 27 years in the Army.
Wow.
Infantry.
It's a long time.
Yeah, real long sometimes.
Yeah. So did you see any conflict or anything? Or
No, all my job duties were right here in the country.
Okay.
I stayed right here. I did not have to go overseas at all.
All right. Well, we appreciate your service to the country. I think that's an important thing. And so you also have an architectural firm?
Well, I do house plans.
Okay.
And I also work for an engineering company
Well,
for civil structural design work.
Okay. That'll come in handy if you're sitting on Roman Forest
Yeah.
City Council.
And the thing about the things that goes on within permitting within the city,
Mm-hmm.
Anything doing with a home or something like that, I'm real familiar with and what needs to go on. And some of the stuff that we have in our permitting fees, I think we need to do away with some of them. Some of them are good. If you have electrical or plumbing, yes, I think you need to get a permit fee for that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's stuff like replacing a window, pouring a generator pad, even replacing your driveway in kind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like you need to get a permit for that. You may have to pay for a permit, but you don't need to have to pay an enormous amount of money for multiple inspections.
Right.
And we need to get away from that. People do so many things without getting a permit,
Mm-hmm.
but because there's so many add-ons. Let's stop the add-ons. So let's do a one-time deal and get people in the community wanting to tell people what we do.
Yeah, permitting has become a pretty big topic at Roman Forest. And I'm not really certain what the process is or what the procedures are there, but it has become a big topic. So do you have any ideas for how you would revamp that program if you could do it? I mean, if you were on city council, what would you recommend?
Well, if you look at the permit fees,
Mm-hmm.
okay, there's everything you do is permit attached, okay?
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
So separate fees for
Yes.
for individual
If you
items.
pour a concrete slab, it's a fee. If you do electrical work. But the thing about it, there's certain things, let's say like replacing that window
Mm-hmm.
in kind, you don't need a permit. I don't see you need a permit fee. You're not doing anything different to your house.
Right.
And there's fees that we pay for permitting that shouldn't even be paid, charged.
Okay.
I'd like to get in there and help.
So if a window gets broken and you have to replace it, you'll need a permit for that? Is that, am I getting that right? Or
You're supposed to get one, but
wow.
no,
Okay.
but I don't think you should.
Okay.
Because if I break a window, if my water heater goes out on Thursday night,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to wait till Monday morning to go down and get a permit and then get a plumber out there to replace my water heater.
Yeah, but that's just a repair. You should need a permit for something like
No,
that, right?
it's a replacement. It's not a repair. It's a replacement. And the thing about it with the like plumbing permits is you got a gas line coming in, water line coming in. If it's not put back right, your water line breaks or you have a gas leak and it burns your house down.
Yeah.
So I understand having a licensed plumber install it for you,
Okay.
but sometimes you just can't do it. So how do we handle those things? That's what we have to look at as a city council. How do we handle those things?
Right. Yeah. Because you got to have water. That's kind of an emergency thing.
Yes, it's sort of hard to take cold showers for 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do it. That's for sure. Yeah. Okay. So you would try your best to oversee permits and try to revamp that, I guess. Huh?
I would like to do that, yes.
Okay. That'd be a good deal.
We have a couple councilmen right now I know that would be interested in doing that too.
Okay. Yeah, and that'd be great if we could get council involved and get them to take a look at that and just at least streamline it, if nothing else.
Yes.
I mean, and maybe it would boil down to just additional explanations as to why an individual would need a permit for something you think that's not necessary. Maybe it would turn out to be for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. So do you have any kind of board experience? Have you been on any boards in the past?
I've been on deed restriction chairperson
Okay.
on several subdivisions I've lived in, and taking care of those matters, making sure things are looking right and done right within the subdivision.
Okay.
I've never been with a HOA, but it's just been with the different municipal boards.
Yeah, and I think a municipal board would be pretty much the same as city council. I don't know if it'd be that akin to HOA, but I guess it would in a way.
I don't
You know?
I don't really know because I read some horror stories on HOAs,
Yeah.
and we don't want to get, and I really don't want to see Roman Forest get to that point where
Right. Yeah, it's a
because-
double-edged sword.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
have to be careful. I won't be there for the people,
Sure.
and different things. Like one of my main things, let's get a marquee, electronic marquee. That's a good thing.
No,
to
I
tell
like
what-
that idea. That's a good idea. I know those things are kind of expensive, but they work well, and it seems like that would be something that would let all the residents know of something that's upcoming in the future for the
Yeah.
city of Roman Forest.
Right now we have a little small one you have to put letters up on,
Mm-hmm.
but we had a revolving sign, not revolving sign, but revolving video.
Mm-hmm.
When people come in subdivision, they could see that. We don't have to have
Yeah, and you could
dual
have several
sided.
messages that way too
Right.
that just rotate.
just rotate.
So that'd be great.
Little Johnny has his first birthday or
Yeah.
13th or whatever birthday, stuff like that, weddings, anniversaries, and things going on within the city.
Okay.
It'd be a good way to notify if the police department is having a problem with crime in the city, which right now we really do not have. But in case there's some problem, it can be addressed pretty quick with all the residents coming
Sure.
and going from work, every day.
Yeah, lost dogs, things like that.
Yeah.
So that'd be great.
I don't know about lost dogs. There seems to be lots of lost dogs around.
Are there?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's a county-wide thing, I think.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In our conversation before we started rolling, you had talked a little bit about drainage. So what are your ideas on drainage?
Well, my idea on drainage, we as a city don't have the funds to do drainage, but there are grants out there that we need to apply for, and once we get those grants, we can start collecting the drainage. We have supposedly a old park that could be used as a retention pond, but I do not know if we can get grant money to do that. But we do need a better drainage from the back of Roman Forest to the front, because if we're going to be growing, like we are now, you put another 100, 200, 300 homes, we're going to still have a more of a water problem. Let's get the drainage taken care of so we can grow into a bigger city down the road.
So do you know if there are any areas in the back? And I guess the back would be Section 4, right? Those areas back there?
The estates is having a serious problem
Okay.
with flooding.
Yeah, and that would be the back.
And
So I
there-
wonder if there's any lots back there or any available property back there that would serve as a retention area.
The only thing I understand, the city has a park back there that's not used, an old park that could be used.
Okay.
I have not looked into it any further than that, but because we're going to get grant money in here first, so we can start doing stuff, and to have the city engineer decide the best way to control it. I can't say what the best way to move water from the back to the front, but the city engineer is the one that should be able to tell us, you got to
Right.
do this to make it work.
Yeah. So I would think you would have to do some sort of drainage study before you went after the grant money, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And last night, the city engineer proposed there was several culverts in the Section 4, or not Section 4, but the state
Mm-hmm.
that had to be lowered or repaired to help with flooding.
Okay.
So they're getting ready to do that. So some of the estates are going to have better drainage from just that.
Yeah, drainage is a big problem, but it's also a big problem in all of East County, not just Roman Forest.
Yes.
And we haven't been tested in a long, long time. It's been a while since we had some major rains out here. A lot has changed. There's been a lot of construction, a lot of concrete poured, a lot of trees pulled out. I'm really wondering what it's going to look like the next time we have a major flood. Not just for the city of Roman Forest, but for East County as a whole.
Well,
It's concerning,
it is that, but you add all these new subdivisions like Tavola.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming in. They've come in. That they have their drainage, and it goes right to the same creek as Roman Forest, and Tavola has their retention ponds. They're doing a great job there. I can't say they're not, but all this water going to the ditch sooner than later does create a problem for all of us. Tavola's new section. All those people, especially if they're close to a creek.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough for them over there.
Yeah.
I've seen water run over top of Highway 59 there at San Jacinto River.
Yeah.
So we have to. It can happen with
Yeah.
all the rain.
And how long have you been a resident of Roman Forest?
I've been living here 3 years now,
Okay.
and
Great.
we built our home to retire in and stay put.
Mhm. There you go.
Being an old Texas boy, I just love Texas.
There you go. And Roman Forest is a nice neighborhood. I mean, it's laid out well. It's good looking, and it has the same look and feel throughout. I like it. It's a good place.
We have a good police force there.
Oh yeah, great
Chief
police force.
Carlisle is doing a good job with his officers and everything, taking care of things.
Absolutely.
And we have a big election coming,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll see what happens on that.
There you go. So, is there any way that an individual who's voting and hasn't quite made a decision yet can reach you? What's the best way? Do you have a Facebook page or a website or any of that kind of stuff?
No, they can reach me on my email,
Okay.
and I'll give that to you.
Yeah. That's
It's
good.
Sanderosa48. I'll spell it.
Okay.
SANDEROSA48 at yahoo.com.
Okay.
And I'm also as Larry Sanders on Facebook.
Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, do you have any closing remarks you'd like to make? I mean, anything you'd like to mention, that something else that you'd like to champion in your first term?
One thing I have, this amnesty program, I'm really looking forward to trying to push that if I can get in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that will help lots of people there.
And what is that? The amnesty program? What is
that's
that?
where everybody I spoke earlier about. That's where the permitting. If you hadn't got your permits and everything, you can come in, do a one-time fee, and pay for your permit because it's already after the fact,
Okay.
and and get.
So if you've done construction at your home and it required a permit, but you didn't get one, you can go in and just pay a one-time fee, and then you're cool with that.
I am.
Yeah, that's good. And that's an amnesty program.
Yeah, it'll be a fundraiser for the city.
Okay.
And but get everybody straight so they wouldn't be looking over the doors for a code enforcement person come knock on the doors and fining them for it.
Sure.
So I think that would help the residents.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Larry Sanders. He's a candidate for Roman Forest City Council, and it's got some good ideas. I like the marquee idea. I like the amnesty program idea. Both of those are real strong. And early voting has already begun, right? Today was the
Yes.
first day of early voting, or was it yesterday?
Monday.
Monday was the first day. Today is Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's right. So yesterday was the first day of early voting. Get out and vote. It's the right thing to do, and it's good for your local community, and it's good for America as a whole. I am Hank Vatt. This is Hank's Think Tank, and we'll see you in the next one.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.